wait for more than 1 minute since we have got a lot to cover. Do we have Ayana? If I'm not wrong, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Do we have Ayana?
Ayana, 1 second. No, sir. We don't have her till now.
Fine. So what's the time now? It's 6:31. Okay. Again, I'm welcoming every one of you to this Bhagavad Gita second class. So we will start off now since we have got a lot to cover. We'll just very quickly revise what all things that we have done. So can anyone start off with what things we have learned? Please raise your hands. Yes, Swati. Ma'am, please unmute Swati. Yes,
Sir,
Swati.
we learned
Yes.
what is a Gurukul, what is the
Yeah.
significance of the Gurukul.
Okay.
We learned about why the Gurukuls disappeared.
Okay. Yeah, true. Only that much we learned. We did not go further. Okay, so who will tell me what Gurukul is? Yeah, we'll ask Amani Gupta. Unmine. Okay.
Mani, you must be getting an option to unmute.
Or else we go with the Hemakshi. Hemakshi.
Yes, Hemakshi.
Today's
What is it?
Bhagavad Gita, sir.
What is Gurukul? What is Gurukul?
Gurukul is that's an old agriculture education system, and the children go to the Gurukul and they serve the gurus.
Okay, so just give me a minute. Well, so Gurukul, let me brief. So Gurukul is a type of education system which was existing in the Vedic time period. What was going on in Gurukul? Gurus used to teach, and the students used to stay over there and have a teaching and serving relationship. They were serving gurus. They were doing what all Guru was telling. And what was taught in there? So two types of things were taught. One was a basic, and what was the other? Advanced. In basic, they were teaching cooking, cleaning, and agriculture. When we go to the advanced, they were teaching art, dance, scientific things, and everything. All advanced thing they were this thing teaching. And we also saw that Gurukul, it does not discriminate between anyone, boys or girls. All boys were studied in Gurukuls, and girls were separated studied in separate Gurukuls. That was taught by Guruma, and this was taught by Guru. Okay, these are the things we have seen. And do Gurukuls exist? We also seen that Gurukuls does not exist. Why do Gurukul does not exist? Because of two reasons. Nishant will tell now. Nishant will tell why Gurukuls did not exist. What happened? What happened to the Gurukuls?
The Britishers and Mughals came to India. They did not like the Indian culture to be existed, so they destroyed the Gurukuls.
Okay, what did English people do? What did British do?
They came to India and they saw that Indian Gurukuls are teaching very good to the students, and they thought that Indians should not be clever. Our countries should be clever, so they taught us the method they used to study.
Very good, Nishant. So what I am doing is, I will ask some questions to everyone. If they answer correctly, I am noting down your names and I will tell the marks. Okay. At the end of the session, I will tell who's the winner. Okay. Shall we do this? So everyone be attentive.
Sir, I'm really, really sorry to disturb, but we have received a very bad message in our chat box. We are assuming you are a child, that's why you have messaged that. So do not message anything that is not appropriate. Okay, you are supposed to only ask your doubts or answer your doubts. I mean, answer the questions, whatever sir is asking, nothing else. Otherwise, we are removing you from the meeting. Thank you so much. Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, so this was all about our previous days, previous sessions things. Now what do we do? So we go to the next thing. Next thing was Vedas. Ma'am, can you please share the slide? Am I able to see the slide? This way.
Ma'am, if you can stop this slide, I'll do it. Yes, just give me a minute, sir.
Okay, okay. Oops. Yes. So now we are going to read about Vedic scriptures. So what are Vedas? Uh, okay. So I'll tell. When you buy, okay. How should when you buy any toy? Okay, when you buy any toy, what you will get along with the toy? You're going to get something called as a manual, instruction manual, right? All of you can lower your downs when I lower your hands. Whenever I ask question, you can raise your hands. Now you please lower down them. Yes, thank you. Okay, so whenever you buy any toy or something of that sort, what you will get? You will get a manual. And what the manual will say? Uh, what manual will say? See, until I ask question to anyone, I'll tell that it is a question, then only you have to raise your hand. Till then, please do not pin anything in the comments. I'll get distracted, okay? I'll ask. If you have a question, I'll give 5 minutes, 10 minutes to the Q&A at the end of the session. We can discuss all the question. Please keep your questions ready. So at the end, we can, okay? Okay, so Vedas, I was speaking about the manual, right? So you're going to get a manual with your toy. And what does a manual tell? It tells how to assemble it, how can you operate it, if you want that thing to run in a okay, if you want that toy to run in a good state, what are the things that you should do, and what are the things that you should not do with the toy? Do you get it or not? Yes, right, you get it, right? In the similar way, what are Vedas? Vedas are an instruction manual to our lives. What are the things that we should do to be happy in life? Vedas will tell X, Y, A, B, C. These are the things that you have to do. And Vedas will tell you should not do these things. If you do these things, you will be unhappy. To be happy, what you should do, to be unhappy, what you should do is mentioned. Do's and don'ts are mentioned in Vedas. That is called as, that is our Vedas. That is the core of the Vedas. If you see, it is an instruction manual and it guides us. It for what it guides us? It guides us to lead on a good path, and it is eternal. Means eternal means which does not have any time, like it was born. It's sort of, you can tell, immortal. It does not die. It is not born also. If we tell when did Vedas come, no one knows. Because why no one knows? It is coming from Bhagwan. If you see the slide here, see the arrow mark. First, what are you seeing? You're seeing Vishnu Bhagavan, and then you're seeing Brahmaji, then you're seeing Narayan ji, Then what you are doing is seeing, you are seeing who is that is Ved Vyasji. So first, all our Vedas were told to whom? It was told to Brahmaji. Brahmaji narrated that thing to Naradji. So what Ved Vyasji did? They have compiled it. Like they have compiled means they have written like scripture sort of thing. They have written and they have stored everything. Why? Because back then in those days, in Vedic period or in ancient days, people were having very good knowledge. They can remember a lot of things. They were passing this Vedas by the word of mouth. Okay, they were not just referring to the pages like this or to the books like that. They were not referring. Everything was in their mind because they were so powerful. They were telling what to each other through capacity only, through mind capacity only. They were telling. But Vedvyasji realized that in the Kali Yuga, people are not that smart enough. Their memory power is not that good. So they need some reference. I will just compile it in everything in a book so that whenever they want, they can come and they can see. For example, if I tell you today is your exam, today is your what science exam. Okay. So what you will do yesterday, you will read full. You will read. Of course, you will read yesterday only. If tomorrow is exam, yesterday only you will read. You will not read like 1 month ago and all. Correct? Will you do 1 month ago? Or you will do one day before the exam? So one day before the exam, you will read everything and you will write the exam. And after 2 weeks, I'll come and I'll ask you some question. Will you be able to remember? Or after 1 month, if I come and ask, will you be able to remember? Or after 1 year, if I come and ask, will you be able to remember? Why we are not able to remember? Because our memory power is not so good. I'm not pointing out any individual like, okay, this girl's memory power is not good, this boy's memory power is not good. I'm not telling like that. This is the characteristics of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, people cannot memorize lot of things. But whereas in other yugas like Satyuga, Treta Yuga, and all, when Rama existed, Krishna existed, and all, people were very good. We were having very good memory. So what they were doing, they don't needed to have all the shlokas or anything written in papers or compiled into books. Everything they had in mind and they were telling to each other. But Vedvyas ji somehow got to know that in Kali Yuga, people will not be that smart enough. They will not be that the great memory they'll not be having. So let me write it in a book. That is how this is the parampara. First, Vishnu Bhagwan told to Brahma ji told to Narayan ji. From Narayan ji, Vedvyas ji, everything compiled. So if we observe the last statement, Vedvyas ji compiled it 5,000 years ago for the age of Kali Yuga. So if we tell what is the age, so what is the age of this Veda? We actually there is no age; it is eternal. But still, if you tell when did Vedvyas ji compiled? Vedvyas ji compiled like 5,000 years ago. Okay. Yeah, fine. So this is the thing. That this is about the Vedic scriptures. Next slide. Ma'am, next slide. So Vedic scriptures are exceptional. I keep telling Vedas are the basics. They are that, they are this, they are going to make the individual all-rounded. Everything I'm telling. Why we are telling? Because Vedas has the capacity to predict the future as well. No other text has the capacity to predict future. Our Vedas has mentioned everything, and that has come into reality. Vedas have predicted that Gautam Buddha will come. Gautam Buddha came. So Vedas have described so many Ayurvedic methods that will boost up our immunity. Yes, when we tried it, our immunity got boosted up. So these are the predictions that Vedas gave, and yes, they are actually happening. And other things, so we know that the Wright brothers have invented what? They have invented an aeroplane. In Kali Yuga, you see the aeroplane, but Pushpaka Vimana is already mentioned in Ramayana, which means that we were so advanced back in Ramayana only. We had the technology, to have a plane, which is called as a Pushpaka Vimana. So now, though you need engine, you need all that fuel to run the plane. Back then, those Pushpaka Vimanas were running merely by chanting, merely by mantras, by chanting mantras that was running. That was the power of the Vedas, and that was the power of their knowledge. Who is Ramayana? Ramayana is a epic thing. It is not who. We will get back to the question at last, please. So we have a lot to cover. Okay, ma'am, next slide. So now when I say Vedic scriptures, so it has four divisions, as you can see on the screen. We have Upanishads, we have Puranas, we have Vedas, and we have epics. So everyone concentrate on this, because in the next class I will ask this question: how many Upanishads are there? How many Puranas are there? How many Vedas are there? How many epics are there? So in the Upanishads we have total 108 Upanishads. We have 18 Puranas. We have 4 Vedas, that is Rig Ved, Samved, Atharved, and Yajurved. And epics we have Ramayana and Mahabharata. Ma'am, next slide. So what is Mahabharata? What is Mahabharata? Why Mahabharat happened, when Mahabharat happened, between whom Mahabharat happened, all these questions we will be having. On a very high level, I'll tell. What is a Mahabharat? It is a war between Dharma and Adharma. Dharma is what I think everyone will be knowing what is Dharma and what is Adharma. Good thing, whatever you do, good is Dharma. Whatever you don't do is don't do good is Adharma. Like whatever you do, what is mentioned in our Vedic scriptures is Dharma, and whatever you do, which is not mentioned in our Vedic scriptures, is Adharma. So this is a war between dharma and adharma. And why did it happen? Because the Kauravas, they have disrespected Draupadi. Who was Draupadi? She was a wife of Pandavas. No one should disrespect women. If disrespecting women comes into picture, then war also comes into picture. Straightforward. So taking back the kingdom from Kauravas. So actually the kingdom, it has to be divided between Kauravas and Pandavas. But Kauravas, they told, no, I will not give the kingdom. I am going to only rule the kingdom. But that is wrong. Even the Pandavas were also entitled to a part of the Hastinapur, part of the kingdom, but they did not give it. So in order to claim what is theirs, they had no option than doing war. And that big war is Mahabharat. And when did it happen? Question: when did Mahabharat happen? It was happened. When did it happen? It happened in 5,000 years ago. Between whom it has happened? Between Pandavas and Kauravas. Ma'am, next slide. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita. Two things one should know. Is Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita same? No. Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita are not same. Mahabharata, we just saw that it is a war. What is it? It is a war between Dharma and Adharma. It is a war between Pandavas and Kauravas. And then what is Gita? This is a small section of Mahabharata, wherein Krishna spoke the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna when he did not wanted to fight. So we will see why Arjuna don't wanted to fight, even though he was on the dharmic side, why he don't wanted to fight, and why did the wisdom that Krishna has given to Arjuna is itself a Bhagavad Gita. So if we consider a huge building as a Mahabharata, in that one of the room is Bhagavad Gita. Like that, Bhagavad Gita is one of the section, and it is one of the most important, most confidential, and kings of every knowledge. It is Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Next this thing note. Next this thing. Okay. Here we come to the end of this thing. And what's the time period? It's 6:48. I'll give you 5 minutes time. If you have any questions from this chapter, we will take within just 5 minutes. And if there are more questionnaires, we can take in the next class. Any questions? Please raise your hands. Okay, so yeah, Swati.
Sir,
Yeah.
the Mahabharata happened 5,000 years ago, but
Yes.
5,000 years ago didn't Ved Vyasa compile all the Vedas into a book? So how did the Mahabharata happen 5,000 years ago?
I am not getting your question.
Sir, you said in the slide was written that the Mahabharata happened 5,000 years ago, but 5,000 years ago, Ved Vyasa had only just compiled the Vedas into a book.
Yeah, okay. So you mean to say how both of things are happening at 5,000 years ago? See, when we say 5,000 years ago, it does not exactly mean the 5,000 years ago. Like when you say something like, like you so when you have like so thousand rupees or 1,010 rupees, you have assume that you have 1,010 rupees. If someone asks you how much you have, or you assume that you have 10 lakhs 50 rupees. Okay, you have some amount with you, 10 lakhs 50 rupees. If someone asks you how much amount you have, so usually what you will tell that big figure, you will tell 10 lakhs, right? You usually don't mention that 50 rupees sort of thing. Like that, when we say 5,000, it's not coinciding. This also 5,000 happen. This also 5,000. Yeah, it might be 5,001 or 5,002 or 5,003 years like that. We do not have exact calculation. This is not the exact calculated value. It is approximate age. It is approximate age of Bhagavad Gita is 5,000 years. And because this thing, what is this? The Dwapar Yuga, it lasted 5,000 years ago. With that reference, we are telling. When we say 5,000, it is an average or it is a near value. It is not the exact value. Okay. Good question. Yes. We'll go with Smira. Smira,
Sir,
you
you
have the
told that
question?
Bhagavad Gita.
Sorry,
Sir,
Bhagavad
you
Gita?
told that the Vedas don't have any age, but like
Uh-huh.
Vedas don't have age, right? But then why is it
You're not
telling
very
that
clearly audible.
in 50?
You're not clearly audible. I think there is network issues from Smirasha. You can just give your question to the coordinator. We will answer you in the next class. So the last question we are going to take from Manvi and Manvit. Yeah, you please unmute yourself, Manvi and Manvit.
Sir, why Vishnu don't wanted to fight?
Who don't wanted to fight?
Vishnu.
No. There is never. I nowhere mentioned Vishnu don't wanted to fight. It was Arjuna who don't wanted to fight. Okay, it is the Arjuna who don't wanted to fight. We in the next sessions.
Sir,
Yeah.
how much years did the Ramayana happen?
Sorry.
How much years Ramayana happened?
Ramayana happened before Mahabharata happened. Okay, that happened in Treta Yuga and this happened in Dwapar Yuga. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So we will jump on to the today's session. It was the means we just concluded the previous session. In the last session, we were not able to complete the full thing. Now we are done. Now we'll move on to the next session. Okay. Next thing, please.
Shilpi ma'am, please present.
Mira, you can just give your question to coordinator. I'll come back to your answer tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So now we are getting in to the core of Mahabharata. What is the core of Mahabharata? Core of Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita. And our class is also based on Bhagavad Gita. What is the very first chapter? Very first. So the very first chapter, what is wrong? Okay, fine. So the very first chapter in our Bhagavad Gita is observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Mahabharata is all about as we studied, the Mahabharata is all about the war between Dharma and Adharma, war between Pandavas and Kauravas. So this is all about the war. What is the first thing? When you write an examination, what you will do? First, you will look at the question paper. Without looking at the question paper, you will not write the answers. In the similar manner, when you do war, you will observe the battlefield. Who are there? What they are doing? What are the strategy that I have to use? How should I fight with them? What are the things? So for what you will do, you will observe. The way you look at the question paper, here in the same way, the first chapter discusses about observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And what is a Kurukshetra? We will see in the shlokas. Okay? Ma'am, next slide. Ooh, it's a story time. Who likes stories? Okay. I might not be a good storyteller, but I will try myself. Okay. Well, in this story, three characters comes into picture. Okay. One is Krishna Bhagwan. Other one is Duryodhana. And other one is Arjuna. So Krishna is here, Duryodhana and Arjuna. Three people. Krishna, Duryodhana, Arjuna. So who is Duryodhana? Anyone knows who is Duryodhana? Swati has already been given option, so we will take someone else. We'll take who? We'll take Aparna. Aparna, who is Duryodhana?
Yes, Aparna, you must be getting an option to unmute. Yes.
Kaurava, eldest son.
He is a Kaurava. He is a Kaurava. He's not Kaurava's eldest son. He's Dhritarashtra's eldest son. He's Duryodhana. Okay, but a good attempt. He is a Kaurava. So then, who is Arjuna? We will take Ibihan.
Ibihan. Yes.
Who is Arjuna?
Son of Pandu.
Yes, very good. Son of Pandu. Very good. And okay, so we have Krishna. You all guys know who is Krishna, Duryodhana, and Arjuna. You got to know about the three characters. Now, Arjuna and Duryodhana, what they will do, they will approach Krishna. Arjuna, Duryodhana, they will approach Krishna. Why they will approach Krishna? Because Arjuna is on Pandava's side, Duryodhana is on Kaurava's side. What they are doing, they are fighting. They very well know that if Arjuna helps them, they will win. If Arjuna helps Duryodhana, Duryodhana will win. If Krishna helps Duryodhana, Duryodhana's team will win. And if Krishna helps Arjuna, Arjuna's team will win. So what they have decided, they wanted to go and take help of Krishna. So both of them went. First, what happens? Duryodhana goes. First, Duryodhana goes. Are you able to see the image there? Ma'am, next slide. First, Duryodhana goes, and the one in you can see the green color dress. One is wearing this green color dress. Is Duryodhana. The one is lying on the bed is Krishna. The one who is wearing that yellow color shawl sort of thing is Arjuna. First, Duryodhana goes, and what Duryodhana does? He sees Krishna is sleeping. He thinks, "Let me not disturb Krishna." And what he will do? He will sit beside Krishna. He will sit next to Krishna. And again, after some time, Arjuna comes. When Arjuna came, also Krishna will be sleeping. Arjuna will also think, "Let me not disturb Krishna, let him sleep. I will also take place." But the thing that we have to concentrate is where he will choose to sit. He will choose to sit beneath his, I mean, he will choose to sit next to his feet. He will sit next to close to his feet. You can see, right? Where is Duryodhana and where is Arjuna? Arjuna is next to his feet, whereas Duryodhana is next to Krishna's head, or like that. He is adjacent and he is directly opposite to Krishna. You guys are making out, right? Are you guys able to make out? If this pen is Krishna, Duryodhana is here, and Arjuna is here. So whenever Krishna wakes up like this, whom he will see? If you assume me as a Krishna, here Arjuna is here Duryodhana is here. I'm sleeping like this. I'll get up like this, and if I open my eyes, who will be visible for me? Arjuna will be visible for me. So if I have to see Duryodhana, what I have to see? I have to see like this. But Arjuna is there. So here, what we have to understand is always we have to catch hold of what? Always we have to, very important lesson. This is very important takeaway. Tomorrow I will ask this question. Always we have to take shelter of what? We have to take shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. We have to take shelter of feet of Krishna. The one who takes the shelter of Krishna, feet of Krishna, he will be first given the opportunity. Here, who took the shelter of Krishna? Feet. Who took the shelter of feet of Krishna? Arjuna. So Arjuna got the opportunity. But what Duryodhana did? He wanted to sit over his head. He was just adjacent to his head. So he did not get the opportunity. If you want the mercy of Krishna, what you should take? What you should take? Feet or head? Feet. Yes, you have to take feet. This question will come for tomorrow for sure. Okay, so when Krishna wakes up, he will see, "Oh Arjuna, okay, why did you come and all?" He asks. And then even the Duryodhana is like, not only Arjuna, even I also came, you look at me also. Okay, he will ask, okay, you guys tell me why you came. Arjuna tells that, see, we are fighting, you all know that. I want your help. We want your help. We want you to help me. Both of them will say. But Krishna is like, okay, fine. I saw first Arjuna. I will give him his chance. I will give him the chance. First, I will give chance to Arjuna. Let him tell, let him ask whatever he want. So Duryodhana will be like, no, I have come first. You have to give first opportunity to me. Krishna is like, you might have come first, but how will I know? First, I saw Arjuna, so I will give opportunity to Arjuna. And then Arjuna asks that. So Krishna asks, what do you want, Arjuna? Arjuna is like, I don't want anything. I just want you. I want your support. That's it. I don't want any armies. I don't want any weapons. Everything. I want you. I want physical you. I want you to be with me. So, and this Duryodhana will think that, Ore yaar, how foolish this Arjuna is. He is asking for Krishna without any weapons, without any army. What alone Krishna will do? Or see, if I get army from Krishna, Krishna will be having Krishna will be having everything. He is the one who has everything. So this Duryodhana is like, how foolish this Arjuna is. He is asking only Krishna, and Krishna also makes one comment here. He says that, okay, I will support you, Krishna. I will support you, Arjuna, but I will not bring any of my weapons. I will not. I will support in war. For boy, whomever you want, I will support. Duryodhana, if you want, I will support you. Arjuna, if you want me, I will support you. But twist, the twist is that I will not carry any of the weapons. I will not carry weapons. Krishna is also a king, right? Krishna is God also, and Krishna is also a king. He also has his kingdom. He also has his army. These people have come to ask help, and Krishna says that I will come, but I will not bring my army, and I will not bring any weapons. Arjuna is like, okay, Krishna, I don't want army, I don't want weapon. You come with me. So and Duryodhana will like, what sort of foolish guy he is this? Without armies and weapons, how will he win? And he will like, Duryodhana is like, okay, Krishna, you go with him, but I want the army. I want the army. But the point to note here is, anyone who takes the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna and who has Krishna in his life, they will win. That is the crux of the story. Everything. But this Duryodhana is foolish. Actually, Duryodhana is foolish. Not Arjuna. Arjuna is smart. But Duryodhana thinks that he is foolish because he is not asking for army and weapons. Krishna is like, okay, you take the army and weapons. I'll go with Arjuna without any army and without any weapons. So this is the story. Any doubts here? Any doubts in the story? Oh, people have doubts. Raghuveer. Okay, story doubt we will take in the next class. Okay, story doubt. There is nothing much here. So we will take the story doubts in the next class. Ma'am, next this thing. Next slide. See, the discussion is happening. So it continues. Whatever I explained, the discussion happens. Ma'am, next slide. Next slide, ma'am. This is the thing. This is how the armies. Just look at that. There are so many people on the elephants. Some of them on there's so if you see back, there are some chariots. Horse chariots are there. Elephants are there. People are standing on the ground. This is how a typical Akshoni army looks like. Next this thing. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, setting the scene. When did this thing happen? Mahabharata. It happened 5,000 years ago. We saw. And where did it happen? It happened in the Kurukshetra. We will be again seeing it. And Bhagavad Gita is spoke to whom? It is spoke to Arjuna. By whom it is spoke? It is spoke to Arjuna by Lord Krishna. Everyone should know that who was the recipient of Bhagavad Gita in Mahabharata? It was Arjuna. And who told Mahabharata? Sorry, who told Bhagavad Gita? Krishna told Bhagavad Gita. And when it was told, all these questions will come tomorrow. When it was told 5,000 years ago. And where it happened? It happened in Kurukshetra. So the very important numbers here. You just go through these numbers. There are total number of verses. Verses means shlokas. There are 700 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, and there is only one shloka told by Dhritarashtra. And Sanjaya tells 41 shlokas. We will explain who is Dhritarashtra, who is Sanjaya. By now you must be knowing who is Arjuna and Krishna. Krishna tells 574 shlokas, and Arjuna tells 84 shlokas. Sanjaya tells 41 shlokas, and Dhritarashtra tells one shloka. Now we will speak about the army. What was the size of a Kaurava army? It was 11 Akshoni, and size of the Pandava army was 7 Akshoni. Like if I ask any one of you what is your weight, someone will tell I am 30 kgs, someone will tell I am 25 kgs. Here, what is a kg? Kg is a unit of measuring a weight. In the same way, what is Akshoini? Akshoini is a unit of measuring the army. So it is 11 Akshoini and 7 Akshoini. Like 1 kg equals to 1000 grams. In the similar way, 1 Akshoini is equals to 21,870 chariots. What are chariots? You might have seen chariots, right? You will be have when what is that? When Krishna tells Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, so that chariot, that scene you have seen. The way, the position where they are standing, that is called as a chariot. Such 21,870 chariot. Plus, in the image, you might have seen elephants also. 21,870 elephants plus 65,610 horses plus 1,09,350 infantry. Infantry means the people who are not having horses and elephants. You might have seen people who are standing on the ground. So with all this, the way how 1000 grams equals to 1 kg, in the similar way, 21,870 chariot plus 21,870 elephants plus 65,610 horses plus 1,09,300 infantry forms one akshoni. This is the capacity of one akshoni. So now see, the size of Kaurava army was 11 akshoni and the size of Pandava army is 7 akshoni. Whose size is big? Kaurava's size is big, but Pandava's army size was small. Okay, ma'am, next slide. So now, so we have seen all things. What we have seen what was Mahabharata, why it had happened, and what are the four important characters in Bhagavad Gita, and who told what, how many shlokas are there, and we also heard about a small story. Now it is the time to get into shloka. There are some shlokas. I want everyone to recite the shlokas with me, and also in the next class, I can ask anybody. So people should be very well versed with these verses, these shlokas. This is very, very, very important. And this is the basis of our Bhagavad Gita class. Everyone agrees? Okay, great. We'll go to the shlokas. First, I will read shloka. Dhritarashtra uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. So when we look at this shloka, see what it says. Bhagavad Gita, what BG means Bhagavad Gita. 1.1. The first one, what is there? It indicates the chapter. And after the decimal, there is one more. After that point, you have one more one. That indicates it is the first shloka. First chapter, first shloka. Dhritarashtra uvacha. Dhritarashtra uvacha means Dhritarashtra is telling. Dhritarashtra uvacha. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre. What we have seen so many times, we have heard the word Kurukshetra so far. What Kurukshetra? It is a pilgrimage place. How do you say pilgrimage place? Because it is mentioned, it is a Dharma Kshetra. What is a pilgrimage place? The place where all devotional activities and dharmic activities will be performed. That is a pilgrimage place. So Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. Samaveta means coming together. Yuyutsava means fighting. So I'll just read out the translation. O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Just a minute, students. So what they say, who is Dhritarashtra here? Can anyone tell me who is Dhritarashtra? We have already discussed. Who will answer? Who is Dhritarashtra? Devika, can you answer who is Dhritarashtra? Can you please unmute yourself and answer who is Dhritarashtra?
The father of Kauravas.
Good. Okay, so father of Kauravas, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So now who is Sanjaya? Sanjaya is, like you can tell, secretary of Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra was blind. Everyone know the fact, right? Dhritarashtra was blind. He was a blind king. So he was not able to see the army. Means he was not able to see what fight was going on. See, he is a father of Kauravas. He wanted to know how his sons are fighting in the battlefield. But Dhritarashtra, he is sitting in his palace. And where war is happening, it is happening in Kurukshetra. It is like we are sitting in our home and we are, for example, you are sitting in your home and I am teaching, you are able to see me. It's not like I'm coming to your home and teaching, right? I am sitting here, but you are still able to see me. That is because of technology and all things. But back then there was no technology. So Dhritarashtra took help of Sanjaya. Sanjaya was a secretary. Sanjaya was narrating him what was happening where in Kurukshetra. But that does not mean that Sanjaya went to Kurukshetra. Sanjaya was also sitting in their palace only. Then how Sanjay was able to see? There was no technology. Vedyas ji, who has compiled all these Vedas, he has bestowed some power for what is that? These things to him. He has given some powers to Sanjaya. Sanjaya was able to see the Kurukshetra the way now you are seeing me, whatever I'm teaching here. In the same way, the battle which was happening in Kurukshetra, Sanjay was able to see in his palace, in Dhritarashtra's palace. Like that, he was seeing and he was narrating it. To whom he was narrating? Yes, he was narrating to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya what is happening. Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra what is happening in the Kurukshetra. How Sanjaya is telling? Because he was able to see it. How he was able to see it? He was having a special power given by Vedvyas. Who was Vedvyas? He is the compiler of Vedas. Okay? And Sanjay ji was who was he? He was a student of Vedvyas. Like in the Gurukul system we studied, right? In the same way, Sanjaya was a student of Vedvyas ji. Okay, now he says, now, see, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons, so who has assembled Kauravas and Pandavas? Kauravas were sons of Dhritarashtra. Okay, now he says, my sons and Pandavas have assembled in the place of Kurukshetra, which is a Dharma Kshetra. They have assembled with a desire to fight. What are they doing? This is what the first verse here. So first, ma'am, you can unmute everyone. I will tell the shloka, so you have to recite after me, line by line.
Okay,
Ma'am, you
sir.
can unmute everyone.
Yes, yes. People who have
So you
some
have to.
background noise, please
Sorry,
don't.
ma'am.
People who have background noise, please don't unmute. Yes, sir. Please.
So what you have to do with the actions, okay? Everyone ready with your fingers? Do like this if you are ready with your fingers.
करो करो
Oh, no one is doing, only I am doing. I like this. So
करो
everyone ready
जैसे
with
जैसे वो
your
कर रहे
fingers?
हैं
Okay,
तनिषा
so
दो
I know you are all ready with your fingers. So what we will do now? So we say
से
Dhritarashtra Uvacha
से
Dhritarashtra Uvacha
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच मैं बोलो तनिषा
Just a minute. Just a minute.
बोलो
No, you have to tell me only after I tell.
जोर से बोलो
Okay.
मुझसे
You
आवाज
have to
नहीं
tell
निकल
me
रही
after I tell. I told it is there. Hello, kids.
I'll mute everyone
You have to tell after I tell. You only teach the class. I'll only listen.
wait after him okay
Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kimat Sanjaya Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha मामकः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय. Okay, we'll go to the next shloka. Ma'am, next slide. So this is again first chapter, 15th shloka. So you see here in the image, you can see Lord Krishna is blowing one conch shell. Conch shell means that is Shankar. Shank is called conch shell. I think everyone might have seen this. So this is a conch shell, and Arjuna is also blowing conch shell. In the similar way, everyone will blow their conch shell. This verse and the next verse, this shloka and the next shloka is concentrating on the names of the conch shell. This question also will come in the exam, and I will also ask this question for sure tomorrow. Okay, you have to remember this thing. Now I'll just go on, read this, then we can do it with action. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho Devadattam. No, you don't tell. First I will tell it. Then we will do it with action.
I'm not understanding the slok.
What you're not understanding?
The shloks.
Slok, there is a purport I have already, I mean, there was a translation which I have already told, no? Okay, in the last, if the time permits, again I'll tell, okay? Now I have got to cover some more shlokas. We'll take it at the last. पाञ्चजन्यं हृषीकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः पौण्ड्रं दद्मौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्मावृकोदरः. So these are the different names of Shankas. So the name of, see, Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. What is the conch shell of Lord Krishna? Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his, what is the name of the conch shell of Arjuna? Devadatta. And Bhima, voracious eater, means Bhima was always being hungry and he always want to eat. That is how they are describing Bhima. And he was a performer of Herculean tasks. So he was performing very big tasks, very difficult tasks he was doing. And blew his terrific conch shell called as Poundra. Now they are telling three conch shells. What? Panchajanya, Devadatta and Poundra. These are the three conch shells. These are the three conch shells of whom? Panchajanya is Krishna's, Devadatta is Dhananjaya, that is Arjuna's, and Poundram was Bhima's. Okay, now we will do with actions. Okay, is that okay? So what you guys have to do, if your hands are ready? Good, you have to do like that. Now we will see. Okay. See, this is Shanka. This is Shanka. Okay, we'll do like this. Shanka. Like this. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho. Shikesha means Krishna. Panchajanya is Shanka. So what we say? Panchajanyam Hrishikesho. Devadattam Dhananjaya. Here, Devadatta, it is Devadattam. Dhananjaya is what? Dhananjaya is Arjuna. This thing, the conscious name of Arjuna is Devadattam. Devadattam Dhananjaya.
Devadatam Dhananjaya.
Poundram Dadmau Mahashankam.
Pondram Dharmau Mahasakam.
Poundram Dadmau Mahashankam. Bhima Karma Vrukodaraha.
Vrukodaraha.
Panchajanyam Hrishikesho. Devadattam Dhananjaya. Poundram Dadmau Mahashankam.
Pondram Dharmau
Bhima Karma Vrukodaraha. Shall we go to next slide? Next sloka?
Sir.
Yes.
కృష్ణుడు కాన్స్టెంట్ పేరు ఉంది శంఖం పేరు
Go to the next slide, ma'am. So I'll read it again, and you don't have to read. I'll read. We will do it with the actions again. Okay. Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakula Sahadevascha Sugoshamani Pushpakau. Again, here also there is nothing much to understand. It is only the names of Shankas of different personalities. Like we spoke about Bhim, we spoke about Arjuna's Shank, and we spoke about Krishna's Shank. Now we are speaking about the names of Yudhishthira's Shank, Sahadevas, Nakula's Shank. So it says Yudhishthira's Shank is Ananta Vijayam, and Nakula Sahadev's Shank is Sughosh and Mani Pushpakau respectively. Okay. Ananta Vijaya Raja. Ananta Vijaya Raja.
Anantam Vijayam Raja.
Kunti Putra Yudhishthiraha.
Kunti Putro Vidishthiraha.
Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha.
Putro Yudhishthiraha.
Nakula Sahadevascha.
Nakula Sahadevascha.
Sughosha Mani Pushpakau.
Sughosha Mani Pushpakau.
Ananta Vijaya Raja.
Ananta Vijayam Raja.
Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha. Nakula Sahadevascha. Sughosha Mani Pushpakau.
Sughosha Mani Pushpakau.
So these are the three very important verses that you have to learn in the next class. I can ask anyone. Okay? I can ask anyone. Everyone should be ready. Next slide. So now there is one more, 21. So here we do not do any actions. I will just read out and I will tell this thing. But you should also learn this one. This sloka also. I will give the explanation of this sloka. So it says, Arjuna Vacha means Arjuna is telling. You don't have to repeat, ma'am. You can mute everyone.
Arjuna Vacha.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, please.
Sir, you are also on mute now. I'll ask. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am on mute. Arjuna Vacha Senayorubayormadhye Ratham Stapaye me Achyuta Yavad Etan Niriksheham Yodhu Kaman Avastitan Kairmaya Saha Yodhavyam Asmin Rana Samudyame. So it is telling in the translation is Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies, so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and whom I must contend in this great trail of arms. So it is very simple. What he is telling. So now I forgot to tell one thing. So Krishna told that he will come without any armies and without any weapons with Arjuna. And what he told, I'll come and I'll take the post of a charioteer, the one who rides the chariot, the driver of the chariot. So now Krishna is taking a very small job because it is a dharmic. So whatever the dharmic things you do, no matter how much ever small it is, you have to do it because it upholds the dharma. Krishna is such a big personality. He can ask, why are you giving small thing to me? But no, You have to take example of him. If you are doing any good work, no matter what small work it is, you have to take it. So Arjuna says, now, my, please do not give all comments like which are not intended. Like I'm getting A, B, C, D, and all. No. Well, so Arjuna said this. Please, Krishna, uh, please draw my chariot between the two armies. I think you might be seeing, ma'am. Next, go to the next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Can you go to the next slide? Okay. See, you can see there. No, no, not this one. The other one, where the chariot is in between the armies. Yeah. So you see, this is the pictorial explanation of the verse that we have learned. We have two armies, and in between, Krishna took the chariot. Why did he take the chariot? Because Arjuna instructed Krishna, please take my chariot in between these two armies so that I can see how big the army is, who really wanted to fight, and how I should fight them. Everything I can calculate. So, this is the meaning of this thing. Ma'am, next slide. So, and other things. There are many other shlokas after this. See what Arjuna is telling. Arjuna is telling that you please take my chariot in between these two armies, and I have to see, I have to calculate how much efforts I should put, or I have to calculate how much strength that the opponent team has. I have to strategize things to that one, to gauge those things, to understand those things. Arjuna asks Krishna to take his chariot between the two armies. But all of a sudden, what happens is, so Arjuna goes into a state of dilemma. He goes into a state of a confusion, and he will tell that no, I will not do war. I will not war with these people. I'm not going to fight with these people. And why he tells that, and what happens to him? So he sees everyone. Whom he sees? He sees Dronacharya, his teacher. He sees Bhishma Pitamaha. Who is he? He is his grandfather. And he sees Kauravas, who are his sons, means cousins, cousin brothers. And he sees Kauravas kids, again, who are again like kids to him. So he sees all those things. He get disturbed, and he gives so many reasons to Krishna why I don't want to fight. We will again read why in the next slide we will read why he don't wants to fight. But before that, by looking at that huge army, so what starts happening to him? Like, what happens when you go onto a stage? So if you are sitting aram say if some function is going on, if you are sitting aram say on chair, and someone tell Arav, you come and give speech. Arav, you come and give speech, your teacher will tell. So what Arav will do? Arav will go and stand on the stage. And what happens to Arav seeing everyone? He starts fearing. He starts sweating, and he'll forget everything. Will you not? It doesn't happen to you. So he becomes frightened. He don't know what to speak. His legs starts get trembling. In the same way, the same things happen to Arjuna. He looked at that thing. It is not because he was scared. He will give the reasons why it is happening. Why these symptoms are coming to me? What are the symptoms? The limbs of my body are quivering. So it was shaking. My mouth is drying up. My whole body is trembling. My hairs are standing on end like this. Okay. My Gandiva bow, that is his bow. Its name is Gandiva. So my Gandiva bow is slipping from my hand. My skin is burning. I'm unable to stand here any longer. No, I'll not stand here. I'll go. I cannot stand. I'm unable to stand here any longer. I'm forgetting myself. I don't know who I am. I'm forgetting myself. My mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune. I know what is coming from this form. Only I'll see bloodshed if I war. So I'm not doing. These are the symptoms. Okay. Ma'am, next slide. Here we get to see why he don't wanted to fight. He don't see, it is not like he was not capable enough to fight. It is not like he did not have enough strength to face Kauravas, but because of these very good qualities of Arjuna. These are the very good qualities of Arjuna. What was that? Compassionate. He was very compassionate in sense how you can tell he was very much caring to Kauravas. Why he was very much caring? because they were his brothers, though they were not caring him, but he had that bond, because it is dharma of everyone to care to our brothers, elder brother, younger brother, everyone. So he was having that. If I fight, what happens? They will die. If they die, it is again bad for me. I will lose my brothers. That compassion he had. And he was a king. Why did this battle happen? This battle happened because Kauravas were not giving their kingdom. They were not sharing the kingdom with them. That is why this battle started. But after looking at the people, at one time he thought, so if I take this kingdom, what I will do? I'll become a king and I will enjoy all these things. I'll enjoy gold. I'll enjoy kingdom. I'll wear good clothes and all. Just to wear good clothes, enjoying gold, enjoying kingdom. Do I have to kill my brothers? No, I will not kill my brothers. So he don't wanted enjoyment. He preferred the love and affectionate between the brothers over kingdom. So first was a compassion, then was no enjoyment and sinful action reactions. So if you do bad things will happen to you. That is for sure. Correct? So now if I kill all these people, killing a people is a sinful activity. It is a bad activity. If I do bad activity, something bad will happen to me, so I will not do. That was one reason. Destruction of family. Who was Kauravas? Kaurava was nothing but his own family. It is his own family. All the 100 Kauravas were his own brothers. If I kill them, I will kill my family. If my family goes off, then what is good of me being without my family? No, it leads to the destruction of the family. I will not do it. Then indecision. So it was a very state of confusion. He was in a very state of dilemma. He was not understanding what is correct and what is wrong. These are the 5 reasons why he don't wanted to fight. Ma'am, next slide. Ma'am, next slide. So we have one beautiful homework here. What is the homework is, you guys have looked into the conch shells, right? We have did Poundram, Dadmau, Mahashankam, Devadattam, Dhananjaya. So now you have to do this activity of creating the conch shells from your craft paper. I think you can contact your coordinator for more details, ma'am. Next slide. See, conch shell activity. Next slide. You can see the image. Contact your coordinators for more details. I think this gets us to the end of the class. Q&A, in the next class we will take the Q&A because it's a time up. The other batch is also waiting. Okay.
Hare Krishna, sir. Namaste. Shilpi
Namaste.
ma'am, can you please stop with the screen share? Sir, we can take few doubts. We will extend for 5-10 minutes if you have time, of course.
Yeah, I do. Please, yes, we can go with the doubts. So who is this hand raised?
Please raise your hand.
Manon Mai.
Whoever
Manon
is
Mai, you have any questions?
Manomai.
Sir, in Mahabharata, which side is
I
Dharma
want
and
to see you, Manomai. I'm not able to see you. Have you switched on your camera? Yes, 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 Manomai. Yes.
Sir, in Mahabharata, which side is Dharma and which side is Adharma?
Very good question, Manomai. Wherever one simple okay, in Mahabharata, Pandavas were on good side and Kauravas were on bad side. Simple. Kauravas was
Thank you, sir.
adharma and Pandavas was dharma.
I also wanted to announce that your shank making activity, that is the council activity, you will be getting on Saturday or Friday. So you will have the weekend to do it. Plus, you will get the audio recording of the shlokas. Plus, you will get the shlokas in the message. Okay. So you can read it from there as well. Okay. So whoever is having any problem, you can practice from there. Okay, and you will get the recordings. So sir has covered really beautifully. You can watch the recordings as well. Okay, we can take the next out. Sir, whom should we take?
So we will take Soumya.
Soumya, yes. Soumya, do you have doubt? Yes.
Sir, were Bhishma and Dronacharya good people?
Sorry.
Were Dronacharya and Bhishma, who you mentioned, were good people?
Okay. Good question. Good question. Yes, undoubtedly they were good people.
But why did
There
they
are,
join his
yeah,
side?
yeah. I'm telling you. Undoubtedly, there were good people. Most of the characters in Mahabharata are good people, but at some point of time, it will be your free will to understand. Given the situation is something like that. It is up to your intelligence to understand what is good and what is not good. You, this is a very extended topic. I mean, you have to know the Mahabharata in whole to understand this. But on a very high level, I'll tell. Given an individual, given a person, he is good or bad, we cannot make a decision by only one of his activities. Okay, that is very given. That goes without saying. Whether they were good or bad, they were compelled to certain situations. So it would have been great that they would have taken the advice of Lord Krishna to understand what dharma and what adharma was, but they couldn't. They have decided by themselves, and at that point of time, they were wrong, and they have been quoted like that. If I can answer, I mean, ma'am, if you can also pitch in your words, yes, you can.
Sir, I would say that as the time comes, you will get to know more. Because in the second class itself, we cannot explain everything. So
Yeah,
please
that
wait
is what.
for Bhagavad Gita to,
But yeah, on a high level, they were good people. There were certain conditions, there were certain decisions that they did not take good, or there was, again, you will get it in the higher classes. Concepts like attachments, everything will come. There you will get to know why they went to the other side, what is a mistake they have done, and what mistake we should not do. You will get to know in the next classes. But
Thank you, sir.
undoubtedly, they are good people. Who was this? This was
Thank
Soumya.
you.
Wait. Yes. Okay, so then we will take last two questions. So Nishant is given already a chance. Arav is given a chance. We'll go with Anmay. I'm taking the people who have not even asked questions. I think Arav has not given a chance. We'll take Arav's questions and Anmay's questions. Yes, Arav.
Yes, sir.
So how much shell should we make? Like according to the slogans we should make
According to
the slogans we should make the shells. Like how
you just contact coordinators. They will tell you everything. Okay. And last question, Anmay.
So those who don't have doubts can leave, right?
This was your doubt, huh? Very interesting. Okay, you can leave. Okay, don't leave. Wait. I'm going to announce some names. Okay. I have asked many questions. Some of them have answered. I'm going to tell out their names. You have to do these things. Okay. You have to clap them because they have really answered very well. First is Nishant. Okay. So it's not like you guys did not answer. Due to the shortage of time, I'm only picking some people. But I'm satisfied with their answers. Okay. Next time you might also get an opportunity. Keep trying. Okay. This was Nishant. And there is Aparna. There is Ibihan. There is Devika. So these people answered my questions correctly. So a big round of applause to them. Everyone, I want everyone to raise and clap like this. I'll see everyone now. Like Arushi is not clapping. Okay, so next time your name also could come. You might also get this this thing. We have so many categories. We will call out the categories. Okay, it will be very interesting. And so many people have asked questions. And Soumya and Swati, they have asked very good questions. So big round. Soumya and Swati. And I'm very sorry about Smera. I couldn't answer your question. Please ping in the next class. I'll discuss. Okay. Or yeah, time up. We'll discuss in the next class. So thank you, everyone. Namaste. We'll meet in the next class. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.